Hi, my name is Vincent Simoni and welcome to today's lesson. In this program, I'm going to be showing you how to hit a modern serve. You will never get this shot properly and start getting consistent results on your serve if you don't find a system for this shot. And I have a step-by-step system that helped me get consistency and power on my serve, and today I'm going to share it with you. So let's begin. So, step number 1, the starting position. We want to get our feet sideways on a skateboard, okay? Because this is going to allow your body to turn and actually get power when we coil. And we turn our back to the net so that we can turn back into it. And we want to set ourselves up for success. So we want to make sure that both of our feet are in line and we've got them sideways on a skateboard. Now, there can be some slight variations in the service stance. You could have your back foot and have the tip of your toe lined up with your back heel of your front foot. If you want to get a little bit more of a turn and coil, it's really up to you. Okay, this is your preference, but I recommend if you're a beginner, just start off with your feet sideways on a skateboard. Now, let's go into number 2. We want to get up on our toes in the beginning and let our shoulders hang loose and our chest hang over our front foot. And what we're going to do is rock back. And what you're going to do is rock back onto your back foot, just like this. We're not really pulling the arms behind us, okay? A lot of people at this point, they'll go like that. We really don't want to do that. We want to actually have minimal arm movement on the serve. So you're going to rock back. And now, step number 3 is salute position, or what I call letter Y. And what's going to happen is we rock back and then we bend our legs and toss at the same time. It's got to happen at the exact same time. And the way to think about the letter Y position is that your hands are kind of moving like an excavator and they need to go together like this. And your left arm, which is the tossing arm, should be parallel with the baseline, completely parallel, and it goes like this. Boom. And they come up at the same time. And now think about your legs as kind of the lever or the power button that's going to make the excavator go up. So we want to incorporate that as well and do both at the same time. And this is going to basically fix your rhythm on the serve. And after these 3 steps, we're halfway there to cracking a serve. So once you are in the letter Y position or the salute position, we need to make sure that 2 things are happening. So in step 4, we want to make sure that the tip of our racket is pointing towards the ball and we've got our shoulder over our shoulder. And I'm going to explain what this means. So if you notice right now, my front shoulder is higher than my back shoulder. And if you look from the back, it looks like this, and this is the angle of my shoulders, okay? And from the front, it's like this, because we are going to have to use this kind of motion to flip our shoulders later in the swing, and it's going to help us get lag on our serve. And you could think about it like kind of pulling a bow and arrow to the sky, or it's like the Usain Bolt position, but this is going to help you get a lot more power. So once we've got step 4 down pat, you're going to want to get into the next step, which is going to be the start of the racket drop. So step 5 is called comb your hair. But a lot of people, what they get wrong on this step is they just pull the arm back to start the swing. But what you want to do is you have the racket up here, and my arms are actually quite loose and my shoulders are quite loose. And you want to let the racket free fall behind your head, okay? So pretend that you're up here and you just lose all tension for a second. And that's how it should feel when we scratch our hair. So step number 6, after we scratch our hair and we start the racket drop, we want to scratch our back. And what this means is we want the racket to fall as far down as possible, so we can get as much racket head speed when we start the swing to go forwards. So step number 5, scratch the back. And now, step number 6, we flip the shoulders and we need to talk on the phone. Okay, so we flip the shoulders and start the swing with the body. And at this point, we are going to start lifting up with our legs as well, pulling ourselves towards the swing. And now I'm talking on the phone like this. Okay, but I'm not forcing this action. Again, I'm not throwing the arm, I'm throwing the body, and my arm is trailing behind me, very, very loose. And now, step number 7, we're going to high five to contact point. Okay? And we're going to stay sideways while we do this too. We don't want to open up too much because that's going to cause us to actually collapse and fall down into the court and miss into the net. Feel like your chest goes up to the ball. So we're staying with the ball. Okay? And we've talked on the phone. We're going to high five at contact point. And from talk the phone to high five, we're going to slowly start twisting our arm outwards. And this is going to be the start of what everyone is kind of wondering how to do on the serve. And it's getting pronation. And that's going to be step number 8. So once we've high-fived, we're going to check the time on our watch. Like so. So if you had an imaginary watch, you'd be able to read the time on it. But we don't pronate before we hit the ball. We pronate after in order to keep our momentum going and our racket speed going because we don't want to stop the swing, okay? What you do after you hit the ball matters a lot more than you think. So we pronate in order to keep going, okay, through this imaginary kind of, pane or glass wall. We don't want to stop there and then start going down. We want to keep going up and out to the right for a right-handed player. And after we've checked the time, all you have to do is make a letter X. And you want to finish down in your left pocket, like your opposite pocket, okay? And you can just, boom, relax into a letter X. So learning the modern serve is the first step in having a really good serve that provides consistency and power. And next, after this step, you want to go learn modern tennis. And I have a course, it's called Modern Tennis Step by Step. And you're going to want to go into that program next because it takes what we've learned here and it builds on it. And it teaches you how to go out onto the court with power and consistency forever. So after you've practiced this and you want to take your game to the next level, you're going to want to go and study modern tennis. And you can get started today with the link down below. In any event, thanks for tuning in and use what you've learned here today to modernize your game.